The WNBA just exposed itself in the most shocking way possible. Caitlin Clark, the player who single-handedly transformed women's basketball, just received the ultimate disrespect from her own peers. And what happened next has the entire sports world calling for her to abandon the league completely. When 1.3 million fans voted Caitlin Clark as the #1 All-Star pick, they were sending a clear message. This is the player we want to see. This is who brings us to the games. This is why we're watching. But when WNBA players got their turn to vote, they ranked her as just the 9th best guard in the league. Let that sink in. The woman who's selling out arenas, breaking viewership records, and literally carrying the WNBA on her back is supposedly not even in the top 8 at her position. But here's where it gets even more insulting. These same players didn't even rank Clark as the best guard on her own team. They put Kelsey Mitchell ahead of her. The disrespect is so blatant, so obvious, that even ESPN legend Dick Vitale couldn't stay silent. He called the ranking absurd and questioned what's really going on behind the scenes. And he's not alone. The entire basketball community is starting to ask uncomfortable questions about why WNBA players seem determined to tear down their biggest star. If you're enjoying this breakdown of the shocking truth about Caitlin Clark's treatment in the WNBA, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more hard-hitting sports content that mainstream media won't cover. The timing of this ranking couldn't be worse. Just weeks ago, the WNBA had to launch an investigation into racial comments allegedly directed at Angel Reese during a game. Clark was on the court when it happened, caught in yet another controversy that wasn't even about her. Then there was the Marina Mabrey incident that shocked the basketball world. During a game against Connecticut, Clark was poked in the eye by J.C. Sheldon. When Clark reacted, Mabrey came charging in and violently shoved her to the ground. The refs somehow didn't eject Mabrey, but here's the kicker. The WNBA later admitted their officials got it completely wrong. They upgraded Mabrey's foul to a flagrant 2 after the fact and fined her. Too little, too late. This pattern of physical play against Clark has become impossible to ignore. Earlier in the season, Carter body-checked her to the ground in a play that had nothing to do with basketball. The incidents keep piling up, and fans are noticing. Social media exploded with demands for Clark to leave the WNBA entirely. One fan wrote, "The league is actively trying to injure her. Their hatred for her is incredibly obvious." Another suggested she should start her own league, saying they'd invest in Caitlin Clark stock over the entire WNBA without her. Here's what makes this even more outrageous. Clark is doing all of this while making just $78,066 this season. That's right, the face of women's basketball. The player who increased viewership by unprecedented numbers makes less than what a mid-level corporate manager earns. A fan literally made more money selling her rookie card for $366,000 than Clark will make in her entire 4-year rookie contract worth $338,056. Meanwhile, she's generating millions in revenue for the league, with some estimates suggesting she's responsible for increasing the WNBA's value by potentially $1 billion. The financial disparity becomes even more shocking when you compare it to other sports. The #1 NBA draft pick signed for $57 million over 4 years. Clark? She'll make less than $340,000 total. Even with her Nike endorsement deal reportedly worth $28 million over 8 years, her actual basketball salary is insulting for someone of her impact. That's why when the unrivaled 3-on-3 league reportedly offered her over $1 million for just a few months of work, more than 10 times her WNBA salary, people started wondering if she'd jump ship. But the disrespect goes beyond money and rankings. It's about a pattern of behavior that suggests the WNBA establishment resents Clark's popularity. When she missed 7 games this season due to injury, her absence was felt immediately. TV ratings dropped, attendance plummeted, and suddenly everyone remembered why she matters so much. Yet when she returned, averaging 18 points, 9 assists, and 5 rebounds while shooting 30% from 3, players still ranked her 9th. The message is clear. No matter what you do, we won't acknowledge your value. NBA rookie Cooper Flagg just put things in perspective. When asked about his WNBA Mount Rushmore during his draft press conference with the Dallas Mavericks, he included Clark alongside legends like Candace Parker and Aja Wilson. His reasoning? She's changed the game. A rookie in the NBA sees what WNBA players refuse to acknowledge. Clark isn't just a good player, she's transformational. The controversy has exposed a deeper problem in the WNBA: the officiating crisis. It's not just about Clark. Players across the league are complaining about dangerous plays going uncalled. Becky Hammon unloaded on refs after Aja Wilson took a hit to the head that wasn't properly penalized. Wilson ended up in concussion protocol. Kelsey Plum went off about players swinging without consequences. The league's referee problem is so bad that coaches are publicly calling out the lack of control in games. The WNBA's refereeing system is fundamentally broken compared to the NBA. While NBA refs are full-time salaried employees with an off-site replay center, WNBA refs are paid per game and work college ball in the winter. They handle their own replays on court, creating obvious conflicts of interest. When the officials can't control games, players take liberties. And guess who becomes the biggest target? The player everyone wants to bring down a notch. What's happening to Clark reflects a troubling reality about the WNBA. Instead of embracing their meal ticket, players seem intent on running her out of town. They complain about low salaries and poor attendance, then actively antagonize the one player bringing in new fans and revenue. It's self-destructive behavior that defies logic unless you understand the real dynamics at play. The jealousy is palpable. Clark commands attention that other players have worked years to achieve. She gets endorsement deals they can only dream about. Fans chant her name in opposing arenas. Little girls wear her jersey. She is quite simply bigger than the league itself. And that burns players who've been grinding for years without recognition. But here's what they don't understand. Clark's success lifts everyone. Her popularity drives up viewership, which increases TV deals, which raises salaries for all players. The new media rights agreement that's pumping $260 million annually into the league, that doesn't happen without the Clark effect. Every player benefits from her presence. Yet they treat her like an enemy. The physical targeting has become so obvious that even casual fans notice. Every game brings new cheap shots, hard fouls, and unnecessary contact. It's not normal rookie hazing, it's targeted harassment disguised as competitive play. And when the league's own referees can't or won't protect its biggest star, what message does that send? Former players and analysts are starting to speak out. They see what's happening and recognize the damage it's causing. The WNBA is literally attacking its own growth engine. It's like watching a struggling business chase away its best customers out of spite. The short-sightedness is staggering. Some argue Clark should stick it out, that leaving would hurt women's basketball. But at what point does she prioritize her own safety and mental health? If your coworkers physically assault you, your peers disrespect you, and your employer pays you pennies while you generate millions, wouldn't you consider other options? The international leagues are watching. They see a generational talent being mistreated and underpaid. Offers will come, big ones. Leagues that will pay her worth, protect her on court, and appreciate what she brings. The WNBA assumes Clark needs them more than they need her. They're about to learn how wrong they are. This all-star voting controversy is just the latest example of the WNBA's self-inflicted wounds. Fans spoke loudly. 1.3 million votes for Clark, more than any other player. The message was clear: she's who we want to see. But players sent their own message: we don't care what fans want. In a league struggling for relevance and revenue, ignoring fan preferences is business suicide. The 9th place ranking is more than disrespect. It's delusional. Watch any Fever game and see who opponents game plan for. See who gets double-teamed. See who creates opportunities for teammates. See whose absence torpedoes the team's performance. That's not the 9th best guard. That's an MVP candidate being blackballed by jealous peers. What happens next could determine the WNBA's future. If Clark decides she's had enough, if she takes her talents elsewhere, the league will crater. The new fans disappear, the sold-out arenas empty, the TV ratings plummet. All because players couldn't put aside petty jealousy for the greater good. The league needs to wake up before it's too late. Protect your stars, punish dirty play, listen to fans, value the players who grow the game. It's not complicated, but it requires setting aside egos and embracing reality. Clark isn't the enemy, she's the golden goose. Stop trying to cook her. As this controversy unfolds, remember what's really at stake. This isn't just about one player or one ranking. It's about whether the WNBA can mature enough to capitalize on its momentum, or whether it will sabotage itself through jealousy and short-sightedness. The clock is ticking, and Caitlin Clark won't wait forever. If this breakdown opened your eyes to what's really happening in the WNBA, smash that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Share this video with every basketball fan who needs to know the truth. The mainstream media won't tell you what's really going on, but we will. Comment below. Do you think Caitlin Clark should leave the WNBA? Let's start a real conversation about the future of women's basketball.